Let's check in now with Seth Doane, who is at St. Mary Major, the Basilica where Pope Francis' body is being taken. Seth, you are there, and you're speaking to a woman there from New Jersey.
Exactly. I'm here with Nancy Cusimano, who's been living in New Jersey for 44 years, was born in Sicily, but considers herself now an American.
Yes, of course. I'm naturalized American.
She's one of the many, many people here that have lined the street waiting to see Pope Francis's coffin pass by. What drew you to spend the time out here waiting to see him?
Well, I follow Pope Francis. I like his doctrine and the way he speaks to people.
What does he mean to you personally?
Personally, his way of talking and making everybody equal, it gives me like a peace of mind. Yes.
Why did you want to be here today?
To be part of this passing and remembering to have a memory of him.
And how has it felt so far?
So far, it feels great. There's so many people, and what he really got me, so many young people. I'm sure they were here because of the Jubileum, but they've been staying here. There's a group of people where I'm standing, and they've been here since 5:30.
Yeah, people have been, the crowds have been growing here. As Nancy mentions, it is the Jubilee year, and the Jubilee of teenagers.
Yes.
Also, Delia was mentioning that earlier, John and Nora, and I was speaking just with an Italian 18-year-old girl who said we were coming to Rome, we were hoping to see the Pope tomorrow, but instead we have come here to see his coffin pass by, which will happen shortly. This is where ultimately he will be laid to rest in the St. Mary Major Basilica, one of 4 papal basilicas here in Rome, a basilica that was very close to his heart, one he came to more than 100 times during his papacy.
Seth Doane, thank you. And of course, where Seth is where Pope Francis will be laid to rest, and he adored that basilica. And just inside, if you go inside, there is a small area called the Pauline Chapel, and this beautiful painting that is known as the Salus Populi Romani, and it is an icon of the Virgin Mary. They brought a replica of it here. This is the picture of it. It was just off of the altar. And describe, Monsignor, why that was such an important Byzantine icon for Pope Francis.
Pope Francis had a great devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and even as a cardinal he would visit St. Mary Major very often. This is the oldest Marian sanctuary in the world. It goes back to the 400s. A miracle happened there. It snowed at the beginning of August. Our Lady appeared and wanted a sanctuary built on the Esquiline Hill. The powers to be were not listening to Our Lady, so she made it snow in the middle of August, unheard of in Rome. And so Pope Francis wanted to be buried. There are other popes buried there, I think 7 other popes, and he chose himself the niche, interesting, between the Pauline Chapel, where that icon is a miraculous icon. Salus Populi Romani means the salvation, the health of the Roman people. You may recall that during COVID, March the 27th, Pope Francis came out into this square on his own, and he asked that that icon be brought here, and he prayed before that icon for an end to COVID. And so he wanted to be buried close to that chapel, close also, interestingly enough, next to an altar. We're seeing it exactly there, St. Mary Major, and that icon we just saw, close as well to the altar of St. Francis of Assisi. So I think he has his 2 great loves present here. And this is an image now of a piece of the manger scene, a piece of the crib of Jesus. So he's well surrounded with the manger scene, this icon, Salus Populi Romani, and St. Francis of Assisi.
Which I believe Gregory the Great also took from St. Mary Major into the streets during a previous plague for the same purpose, which had its echo when Pope Francis brought it out.
The Pope is also the Bishop of Rome. He's the bishop of the local diocese in Rome. And this icon of Maria Salus Populi Romani is very much at the heart of a great deal of Roman, specifically Roman spirituality. If you're sick, for instance, in Rome, Maria Salus Populi Romani is the icon you go to pray in front of. I mean, I myself have been having some health struggles, and I've gone to pray in front of the icon. And so that's another way, too, in which Pope Francis very much made himself the bishop, not just of the world, but also of the local diocese that he was entrusted to care for.
Well said. And it is a beautiful basilica.